Oh yeah, the hype around this Jaxson Dart kid, oh, it's for real so far. He keeps putting some great stuff on tape that's slowly justifying why the Giants traded back into the first round to grab him. So here's here's three darts delivered from the preseason game against the Jets that show that Jaxson is ready for that action. All right, let's break down this first play. Jaxson Dart's got a lot of eyes on him. He is impressing a lot of people, and this was a 19-yard completion to Montreal Washington, who's here in the slot. But before we even break this play down, they're in empty formation. The second preseason game. If you're in empty formation, that goes to show you that your offensive coordinator, your quarterback coach is very, very comfortable with you and what you've been doing and how you're picking things up, because it's hard for a young quarterback, a rookie quarterback, to protect himself in empty formation, because sometimes you don't know where that blitz is coming from. You don't know who to throw hot off of. You don't even have the proper protections installed right now. So the fact that they're in empty formation with Jaxson Dart, again, they're throwing stuff at him, seeing what sticks, what he picks up on, and that they're very comfortable with him. The top route concept up here, at the top is going to be an all-go look. All go. Deep over, seam, and you kind of got a fly and die depending on what offense or what offense you're in, what terminology you're using. Down low, right here, the bottom route concept. You've got a choice route by Gunnar Olszewski, and then you've got the hinge route, the stop route here, +4 split from Lil Jordan Humphrey. But we're watching the routes up top. Jaxson Dart here, quarterback, obviously. We're watching this completion to Montreal Washington. Let's look at it. Then we'll break it down even more. Gets over the top of the Mike linebacker. Beautiful throw. Beautiful throw to protect him. Again, this is a drive starter. This is a great completion in a no-huddle situation to get the ball to a guy that's been eating for you all throughout training camp. You can see it here. All right. When we're talking about this route right here, the Montreal Washington is running. A lot of the times, this is this detached backer, this nickel will right here. He'll be in a little bit more, and as receivers, we're taught to go under the nickel will of that detached backer and go over top of this Mike linebacker here. They look like they're in some sort of too high shell coverage, looking like some sort of quarters coverage. That's cover 4. Everyone's man-to-man in their section. They split the field up in the 4 sections. Everyone's man-to-man. You got him man, vertical, man, vertical, man, vertical. These guys are playing underneath. But what Jaxson Dart does a great job of doing is using his eyes to hold this backside safety so he doesn't rob and pick the play. And even worse, he doesn't rob and knock Montreal Washington out. So you can see Jaxson Dart look over at the safety with his eyes. Bam, puts the ball on him to where only Montreal Washington can catch this football. Let's look and break it down here. The only rushing 4. He knows he's protected. Look at his eyes. Who's his eyes looking at? His eyes are trying to hold this safety as much as possible, because if he takes his eyes over here to the strong side, to the play side, this safety is going to jump that, because number 2 isn't doing any sort of vertical route to hold him. He's got that choice route here, to which he absolutely puts him in the blender. But we're breaking this route down here. So you see Montreal Washington use the speed. You don't want to go underneath this linebacker, this Mike backer early, because now you're getting washed down and it turns into some sort of shallow cross. You want to get up and over this backer and get into this 18 to 22 yard range so that ball can be thrown on a rope and put on you in this situation. That's exactly what Jaxson Dart does. Protects him with his eyes, and he protects him with a low throw. Right on the body. Stick it right on the body. As a receiver, we know we're going to take this hit, but we rather take this hit with this ball being put in a position to where we can catch it and protect ourselves, and 2, catch it and kind of try and turn our back to the contact. Good throw, good catch. 1st and 10, New York Football Giants. All right, let's move on to another one. This set right here is nothing spectacular. It's not going to be some spectacular deep ball or anything, but what this kid, Jaxson Dart, has learned in what 4 to 6 months of being a professional QB is he learns how to pay his taxes. Takes what the defense gives them. And that's exactly what he does with this 6-yard gain to Dante Miller, Turbo Miller. Again, empty formation. Got a tight end here and Dolchik. You got Turbo Miller up here, Montrell Washington again, Gunner in the slot, another receiver, and a little Jordan Humphrey here. Let's watch the play, and then we'll break it down even more. Watching play side here, strong side. Another cover 4 type look. Dumps it to the back. Boom. 6 yards. 1st down. Chains are moving. Let's back this up some. Let's look. This kid is progressing. And I like, this is my first Jaxson Dart breakdown where I get to go into depth. But every time, and I know it's preseason, every time this kid is showing up and showing he can handle what the Giants are throwing at him. So let's take a look at this top concept up here to the strong side, to the play side. We got ourselves a little, what we call this a Seahawk. You got the stick route here. Usually there's a hitch right here, but there's a now route where Dante Miller just stops, turns and stops. It's a now route here, and then you've got the seam route by number 2. So here's the one receiver, 2, 3. 3 runs a stick, 1 runs a seam. You can bend it versus too high or mofo, middle of the field open. If the middle of the field was closed, he'd keep it up the numbers. And then you got this as kind of like your flat control. This is your check down. Now, let's watch Jaxson Dart on this play. Wants to go to the stick route. It's not there, and he just takes, this is basically him throwing to the flat right here. It's a check down to the back in the flat route. And you never go broke taking a profit in the NFL. So he's trying to, what this stick route does, or the stick with this seam, they're trying to high-low this nickel will right here. And they're also trying to influence and pull this Mike backer out for the seam route that's right behind it. So if they were to get depth, if they were the back pedal, then you just he's running this little quick out, and he's going to hook it up, boom, put it right there on his chest. But as you can see here, the nickel will, Michael Carter, does a great job of jumping it. They completed this pass earlier on the drive, so he jumped it to try and rob it. Now, Jaxson Dart sees it, holds on to the football, kind of looks at where can he throw this ball on this seam route? Can he, 1, throw an accurate ball? 2, can he protect his receiver? Doesn't think he can do that. And now he sees this corner falling off because he's trying to fall off and play over top of this seam route as well. Leaves the running back right there wide open on this now route. Remember how I explained that now route? 1 step, and you just wait on the football. So he's holding, boom. Nickel will, jumps the stick route. You can see his eyes on Dolchik, again, middle of the field open. He takes the middle with the seam. You see him kind of bend it in a little bit. Jaxson Dart doesn't like it. Never go broke taking a profit, y'all. Get the ball to Dante Turbo Miller. 1st down, move the chains. All right, last play here. I didn't go to the tight for that prior play, the little dump down, that throw to Turbo Miller. There was no need to kind of go to the tight on that one. Last play here. This is the touchdown to Dolchik, tight end. We'll go from the tight on this one because I want you to watch how Jaxson Dart and his eyes, the play action, how intentional he is with his play action influences these linebackers. And it's a situation to where you got him. So let's watch Dolchik go up the seam here off this play action. the fake toss, whatever it is. It's a run action to get the linebackers active. Let's watch it here. Wide open, throw, and catch. Wide open, throw, and catch. Again, watch the fake toss here. Watch what this fake toss does. And when you're talking about play action in the NFL or any sort of run action, you really have to be intentional with your play action, with your run action, how you fake the ball, how you show the football. Peyton Manning was great at it because you have to influence these guys. If you don't, then these guys are just going to drop back, and instead of trying to get them to move up, take a step up, get them to flow to the football like they're trying to stop the run so you can slip the tight end right behind them, you have to be intentional with your run fake, with your run action. And that's exactly what he does here. Watch it. Now look. After the fake, his eyes automatically go to this Mike backer. Wants to see if the Mike backer gains some sort of depth, if this nickel will is going to fall off and play this seam route, play Dolchik, who's trying to slip through here. His eyes immediately go to the biggest threat to who could rob this wide open seam route. So you see him reset, got him, see his eyes, knows he has him. Know he has his window. Got him. You see the nickel will flow to the football right here. Great run fake. The run fake just got Dolchik open. Now you see his Jaxson Dart's eyes and the quick release of the football. Bam. Puts it right on him. If he's late, 27 has a chance to get in there and possibly make a play. If he's too late, he holds on to the football and wants to wait until Dolchik gets up here, then this backside safety could, if he's athletic enough, could come into phase and make a play on the football. But no, he has a quick release on the football, puts velocity or velo, as we like to call it, on the football and puts it right on Dolchik. You see the safety sitting here creeping? He's up there creeping. He's gonna move with the run action. He's gonna make some sort of move with the run action. Nope. Boom. Puts it on him. Touchdown. You gotta like where Jaxson Dart is in his progression right now. And from week 1 in the preseason against the Buffalo Bills, where he came in and lit it up, he got even better the next week. This preseason game 2 against the Jets, to where they threw even more at him to see what's been sticking, what he can handle. And I'd say right now, this young quarterback has about an A- right now in terms of his grade on how he's picking up Brian Daboll's offense. This kid is right where he needs to be in his progression, and he continues to impress his coaches, his teammates, and the entire fan base. In a perfect world, he doesn't play anything but cleanup minutes this season, but if he has to step in, he's slowly showing that he'll be ready for some QB1 action.